So everyone knows you don't judge a book by its cover, but the same does not go for resumes, unfortunately. Recruiters will take one look and just throw it in the trash if they want. But I'm gonna give you 5 tips that I used to make sure my resume got seen by as many recruiters as possible and got me offers from multiple firms. All right, tip number 1 is to be specific. When you're writing on your resume what you did, say how long you did it for, when you did it for, how many of these you did. All those sorts of things will help a recruiter, quantify what you did. And they don't know anything about you or your job. Like, give them details so they can understand. Humans love numbers. It helps us quantify things. So don't say organized meetings for the accounting club. Say organized 2 meetings a month for a whole semester for the accounting club. Or don't say helped clients file tax returns. Say helped 15 clients file quarter-end tax returns in blah, blah, blah month. Like I said, the human brain loves to quantify things, and those numbers are going to stand out, so make sure you include them. Okay, tip number 2 is action, result, impact. When you write your resume, keep those 3 words in mind. Tell what the action was, tell what the result was, and tell what the impact was. You need the recruiter to know why your work mattered. So instead of saying worked in AP department, say reviewed 100 AP invoices to help remove 3 months backlog or something along those lines. Don't just say processed client data, say processed quarterly client data to help substantive testing process or something like that. Like, explain why you did it, why it mattered, what impact did it make on your coworkers, on your manager, on the business overall. Like, you need to show that your work is important. So remember, action, result, impact. Make sure you include those sorts of things as often as possible. All right, tip number 3 is a pretty simple one, but it's just to stay consistent. Stay consistent with your format, double check everything. If you put a period behind some sentences, make sure you put it behind every sentence. If you write out the letter or the number 6, like SIX, instead of putting the actual figure, make sure you do that throughout. Just stay consistent, keep the format the same, the font, all that sort of stuff. It just helps it look clean, and you don't want to give any mistakes for a recruiter to be like, oh, they're not detail oriented, in the trash. So just check all that stuff. All right, number 4 is do your research on the company beforehand. Research things like their principles and see if you can squeeze some of those like keywords into your resume. Don't be cheesy, don't go overboard, but if you can, like, some companies are like obsessed with their core values and like they talk about them so much. So if you can kind of, show that you, exhibit those qualities in your everyday life, maybe include some of those words in there, that could go a long way. But like I said, don't take it overboard. And if you can't do it, it's not the end of the world, but just something to think about. Oh, and if a role requires certain like software knowledge, like, I don't know, certain data processing, or I don't know what other, I'm not good with computers, any other sort of like software license that you have, anything like that, just make sure to include it. They definitely need to and want to know that stuff. Tip number 5 is just to make it look clean. Yes, you want to put all your accomplishments, everything on the page. That's important, but you don't want it to look like word vomit. If it's gonna look horrible, make sure you eliminate some things. You'd rather have it look clean and have less stuff than look like an absolute mess but have everything you want on there. Like I said, recruiters will take a look, and I don't know. I've heard that they can just throw them away, but who knows if that's actually true. But appearances, like first impressions, really do mean a lot. So you want it to look clean, professional, and simple. Find a format online that you really like and just try to mirror that. There's a lot of really good ones. Just make sure it's clean, easy to read, all that sort of stuff, and you should be good. Oh, also make sure to keep it to 1 page. Don't do a 2-page resume. So yeah, those are my tips on how to get your resume seen by as many recruiters as possible. Just keep in mind right now, especially, the economy goes through ups and downs, and a lot of places are not hiring right now, which is really tough, I know, for college grads, but just keep your head up. It's a tough time right now, I totally get that, but it'll come back around. You'll get your chance. So just keep applying, keep working hard, your chance will come. I'm also thinking about doing a video over interview tips. So if you're interested in more videos about academic and professional success, make sure to subscribe. But thank you guys very much for watching. I'll see you next time.